Hello, I'm Lucas Robinson, and these are your headlines at 3:30 p.m. We've got the latest news in Formula One and cricket, news of the upcoming E-Premiership tournament, and audio from Bristol Rovers boss Joey Barton alongside Forest Green defender Bailey Cargill. But first, Salford manager Richie Wellens has been sacked following their 2-0 loss to Cheltenham Town on Saturday. The manager's 25th game in charge was his last. Salford face Exeter City on Saturday. Forest Green Rovers will look to get back to winning ways tomorrow night against Mansfield. Cheltenham's win over Salford opened up a 4-point gap from their Gloucestershire rivals, but Bailey Cargill stressed that promotion is in their hands.
But I think it's natural as a player, as a fan, as staff members, as human beings to look at the table and see how everyone else got on. But at the end of the day, our form and our points are in our hands. If we win our games, then we'll get promoted. We're in a good position at the minute. So we have to focus on ourselves and not worry about other results and rely on other teams.
Bristol Rovers face local and relegation rival Swindon Town tomorrow evening in their bid for survival in Sky Bet League One. The Gas have slightly picked up form since Joey Barton's arrival in February and currently sit 1 point outside of the relegation zone. Barton claims with the relegation battle so close, the players' reputations are on the line.
6 of us in that fight for 2 places. So, when it's backed into a corner and your footballing lives are on the line, which I think, they are for anyone who's down there the trapdoor, then, for me, it's got to bring out the best in you. If it brings out the worst in you, you lose your status. If it brings out the best in you, it gives you the springboard to bounce into, the season next season.
The E-Premier League online finals take place tomorrow, where some of the world's finest FIFA players will be competing for the chance to be crowned E-Premier League champion. The tournament consists of 3 stages, a double elimination group stage featuring 20 players per console, followed by a single elimination playoff bracket and the cross-console final, which pits the top player from each platform against each other for the crown and a £20,000 cash prize. The finals are being hosted from the Gfinity Arena in London, with all gameplay taking place remotely. Fans can watch on Sky Sport, BT Sport, BBC iPlayer and BBC Sport Online. Cricket next, Lancashire have signed top-order India batsman Shreyas Iyer for the group stages of the One Day Cup. Iyer captained the Delhi Capitals to the 2020 Indian Premier League final and was among the tournament's high-scoring batsmen with 519 runs. He played in all 5 games of India's T20 series with England in March, top scoring with 67 in the opening match. The One Day Cup begins in July, with Lancashire starting their campaign at home to Sussex on Friday the 23rd of March. Now to Formula One, the Bahrain Grand Prix gets the 2020 Formula One season started this weekend. Following last year's cancelled Melbourne Grand Prix at the start of the pandemic, the sport has made strides to make itself COVID secure. Excitement is beginning to build ahead of the new season. Owen Mears gives us the rundown.
Weekend as the 2021 season gets underway in Bahrain. A delayed 2020 season saw plenty of drama, from Lewis Hamilton claiming top spot and surpassing Michael Schumacher's record for race wins, to Romain Grosjean's horrifying crash and death-defying escape. I caught up with Taylor and Joel from the Paddock Talk podcast to discuss that fateful crash in the last Bahrain Grand Prix.
Damage and a big fire there as they exited out of turn 3, and that looks very nasty indeed, and unsurprisingly that is a red flag that has been
mainly just a shock. It kind of felt like time stopped. You're always excited for the start of the Grand Prix, and then when you see an accident like that happen, it kind of puts things into perspective a bit more. Like, these drivers are incredible. They're risking their lives for our entertainment, and they have to be commended for it. I kind of had that same feeling when Antoine Hubert passed away at Spa. The fact that those Formula One drivers were able to literally pick themselves up and the next day get onto the circuit and drive past the same scene where they saw one of their own die. And the likes of Leclerc and Gasly, who were so close to Hubert, and the performance they put on, it really just put into perspective what kind of characters these guys are and the mental strength they demonstrate continuously.
The anticipation is building ahead of this season and the return of F1. Testing was short and sweet in Bahrain for some, while Mercedes struggled, completing the fewest laps of any team, while their rivals gained valuable experience.
I think Red Bull have really come out the blocks in testing, which is quite unusual for them given their sort of track record where they've been quite slow off the mark and it's only until the end of the season where they really start to pick up speed. I think as well, another team that deserves a mention is McLaren. Not only did they complete testing with barely any reliability issues, apart from a couple, anything significant that forced them to stop the car on the track or so on, I think they've also shown really good pace as well. And Daniel Ricciardo seems to have taken to that McLaren like a duck to water.
8 drivers will make their debuts at their respective teams this weekend, adding extra excitement to the mix. One move that sparked fans' interest was Daniel Ricciardo's from Renault to McLaren after just one season at the French team. But will his move to Zak Brown's racing team be a success?
Ricciardo's a proven race winner. He's a world-class driver and he will push that team forward, and it's very rare that a midfield team loses their driver to a top team. Like Ferrari aren't a top team in their current state, but they are the most prestigious outfit in Formula 1 history. Yet they've been able to go out and get Ricciardo. He'll push Lando Norris to new heights and he'll push that team to new heights, and it's a really exciting time for McLaren fans.
Practice gets started on Friday, but everyone will have their eyes on Sunday. It's the first race of the calendar ahead of a tantalising new season. Owen Mayers, Park Live Sport.
What a way to leave ourselves on that bulletin today. Thank you for Owen to that. That's been all from us today. Make sure you're keeping up to date with all the latest headlines at @ParkLiveSport_ on Twitter. Goodbye.